So
May
moved.
we have a motion for adoption?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Schleifer,
Second.
second by Ms. Zarate. On roll call for adoption, Mr. Ferramas.
Aye.
Mr. Schleifer.
Aye.
Ms. Zarate.
Aye.
Mr. Capola.
Aye.
And Mr. Sheridan.
Aye.
So adopted. Ladies and gentlemen, we have two additional ordinances which do not appear on your agenda, but were reviewed by the governing body during the conference session. The first is docketed as ordinance 5-10. This is for introduction. It's an ordinance of the Township Committee of the Township of Hanover, amending and supplementing Chapter 123 of the Code of the Township, entitled the Economic Development Advisory Committee, to include 2 additional regular members and 2 additional alternate members. Be it further resolved that the ordinance shall be further considered for final passage and public hearing here in the main meeting room at 8:30 p.m. on the evening of February 25th. And at that time, any person wishing to be heard concerning the ordinance will be given the opportunity to speak. It is further resolved that the Township Clerk is authorized and directed to advertise the ordinance in full with the notice of introduction in the Hanover Eagle in accordance with law. Is there anyone wishing to offer introduction?
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Ferramas.
Second.
Second by Mr. Capola.
Discussion, please, Mr. Giorgio, on the economic development. I didn't quite pick up the ordinance number. What is that again?
This is ordinance number 5-10.
Some remarks relative to the ordinance entitled the Amendment to the Economic Development Committee, caption 5-10. Somewhere in the past month, probably in the neighborhood of January 12th, when the Hanover Eagle publishes, there was a letter to the editor by a person virtually unknown to me, whose name doesn't need to be read into the record. However, she identifies herself as a realtor for Weichert in Morris Plains. And in her letter, comments with regard to questioning my ethics as a member of the Township Committee and a member of the Economic Development Committee, and also being the sponsor of that ordinance. In that the question was asked, but more importantly, in the course of my entire career, I have probably absorbed more public scrutiny than anyone who was seated at this dais. And I say that in all honesty, candor, and enthusiasm with regard to my service to the township as a police officer, my service to the township with regard to the number of volunteer organizations I had committed my time and my effort to. In essence, the letter states quite clearly that this realtor would have some problem with me being able to set the values of property in the township, in that I am a member of actually the same national and New Jersey Realtor Board that she happens to be. For the record, I am a licensed realtor in the state of New Jersey and have been for 10+ years. But in order to satisfy the question raised by this particular individual, I had our town attorney do some research with regard to any conflict. And I have to say that I subscribe to and certainly am part of the same realtor board that she is, which establishes the code of ethics that she alludes to and raises this question from. So if you don't mind and bear with me, I would like to read into the record the opinion of our counsel, Dorsey and Samru of Booton, New Jersey, relative to this question. The letter is dated January 19th, 2010. The topic is conflict of interest. It is my legal opinion that although you are a realtor, there is no conflict of interest in terms of your serving as a township committeeman, as a mayor. And I would like to add emphasis to the words, there is no conflict of interest. When you were sworn into office, you did not give up your right to be gainfully employed or to practice your profession. While I can conceive of very infrequent situations in which you might have to disqualify yourself, i.e., you represent as a realtor the seller of a home whose property requires some administrative action by the Township Construction Code Department or the Engineering Department. In that instance, you would not be permitted to contact or intercede with any municipal official. In your case, this would be an unusual situation because your office, meaning the office that I conduct my business out of, is not in Hanover Township, and you currently have no listings within Hanover Township, and the conflict would not be in conducting the sale of a home located in Hanover, but in attempting to intercede with determinations to be made by local officials. Therefore, there is no conflict in your being a realtor and at the same time serving as mayor or member of the Township Committee. And I need to underscore that last sentence again because this question was raised in a public forum. It saddens me when people who allege that they know me, and in this specific instance, she alleges that she knows my darling wife, which couldn't be further from the truth, but we'll leave that there, go to a public forum for whatever gain they think they may have by bringing this question to the fore. This individual could have very easily contacted me personally and asked me this very same question. I thank you all for your time. I apologize to you all in regard to having to answer this question, but again, public scrutiny being what it is, today's environment being what it is, the record had to be made and clear. Thank you. Mr. Giorgio?
Thank you. Any further comments from any other members of the Township Committee? Okay, we had the motion by Mr. Coppola. Yes, sir.
The only comment I would have to make is, I don't think you have to apologize, John, for what was stated. You know, there's no reason to apologize.
No, thank you.
And to Mr. Capolla's point, having served with Mr. Sheridan on the Economic Development Advisory Council, as we went through the interview process, he was very sensitive to all of the residents who came in to discuss this issue with us about their participation and asked them point blankly, do you foresee any potential conflict which you have in terms of serving on this council? And in the event there were an issue of that nature, would you then recuse yourself from that activity? And they all agreed. So he is very sensitive to this issue, and I totally respect his integrity in this manner.
I thank you to my colleagues. I appreciate your kind remarks.
Okay, as we proceed now with ordinance number 5-10, Mr. Coppola has made a motion for introduction, seconded by Mr. Faramasca. On roll call for introduction, Mr. Faramasca.
Aye.
Mr. Schleifer.
Aye.
Ms. Arati.
Aye.
Mr. Coppola.
Aye.
And Mr. Sheridan.
Aye.